Alrighty then.
The broadcast is live.
The broadcast is live. You know what they say? Oh, we are
What?
live. They say, Anakin, welcome to the dark side.
Is that what we're doing today?
Yes.
I don't think I'm doing my Yoda impression on the stream. I don't think that's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're actually a good Anakin.
I'm a good Yoda. I'm a good Anakin. I do a few good impressions, just not on the live stream. Already got 7 people in here. What's up, everybody? Why no Yoda? You know what? If you guys get a certain amount of views on this, if you get a certain amount of viewers in the chat, then I'll do the Yoda. What's the scenario we need to happen if we lose today? If we lose today, I'm pretty sure we're eliminated.
Yeah.
No matter what.
What's up, folks?
Because I think if we lose, right, we can't catch Washington or something.
Yeah, I mean, Washington, they're playing Carolina. It's going to be tough, right? Because the Eagles and Dallas are so close behind, too. It's really coming down to the end here. You know, that's kind of what it looks like. The division is going to end up settling one way or another. If the Eagles win, it's going to get close. Yeah, so I don't think we
need Philadelphia and Washington to lose.
Exactly, exactly.
We need and Dallas. We need everybody to lose, really.
I feel like, aren't the Eagles playing Dallas, or am I crazy?
It's something like that. So I think that's why we would be Eland, right? Because even if we beat Dallas next week, they still have the better divisional record, don't they?
Yeah, the Eagles are playing Dallas. So right now, Washington's 6-8. Let me just look at this. Look at the standings. We are 5-9. Dallas is 5-9. So we need Dallas to lose. We need the Eagles to win, right? And then we need to beat Dallas. So we need Washington and Dallas to lose and the Eagles to win. And then we need to beat Dallas next week and Washington and the Eagles to lose. If we lose this game. If we win, we're in much better shape.
We need Washington and the Eagles
Dallas
to lose next week. They're playing each other next week.
No. We need Washington and Dallas to lose this week, and we need them to lose again next week. Because if the Eagles win and we beat Dallas, we're still ahead of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Win. Why don't we just win? Let's just win the football game.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about it. Let's win.
That would be ideal. I don't know. Yeah, we're a Panther and Cowboys fan this week, which I'd rather be a Panthers fan than a Cowboys fan.
Oh, here it is. Zach Rosenblatt says, if the Giants lose and Washington or the Eagles win, if either one of them wins today, we are eliminated.
If either who? Which ones?
Washington or Philadelphia. If they win and we lose, we're eliminated. One of those teams has to win to eliminate us. That's it.
Yep, that's right. So that would we need a lot to go right today, and that's if we.
So I guess we are rooting for Dallas then. I guess
even if we win, we're out.
Go Cowboys!
Oh God! All right. Well, Zach just said Marcus Peters and Jimmy Smith are going to be out. Shout out to Zach. I'll show that.
Yeah, that's kind of clutch.
That's really big. That's their best corner, and Jimmy Smith, another really really talented defensive back. So we're really hoping to God that Jason Garrett decides that being aggressive is what we need to do in this game. They don't have their secondary piece is shredded right now. We need to take advantage of that. Push the ball downfield, push Darius Slayton downfield, get Sterling Shepard open. All I want to see is a Sterling Shepard back shoulder fade. Is that too much to ask? Is a back shoulder throw to Sterling Shepard too much to ask? How many times did we see Eli and Shep have that timing down, those back shoulder throws? Daniel Jones, they never let him do it. We saw it. Remember that one play earlier this year, it was an offsides call, and he actually decided to take a risk and throw a back shoulder fade to Sterling Shepard, and he nailed it.
It was Darius Slayton against the 49ers.
Okay, it was Darius Slayton. Still, same concept, just the back shoulder. We never throw these back shoulders. What is it with us? Come on, Garrett. Get the ball downfield, buddy. Be aggressive, but don't be an idiot.
I don't know. I think he throws them quite a bit. I would just like to see him throw them even more. Those are those single coverage plays that I'm talking about every week with Daniel Jones, and he makes great throws downfield. But I'd like to see him do it more. I'd like to see more play calls going vertical. We've gone on that tangent maybe 1,000 times in the past 2 weeks. We've had that rant many, 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 many times. So
many, many, many times. Well, the thing is, like, Jason Garrett plays a pretty conservative game. That we know that already. The thing is, I want to see a good dosing of running the football. I want to see them, running it with Wayne Gallman, getting him into space and really run blocking well. But then on first downs, use some play actions to push guys downfield. Some dagger routes. I would like to see some daggers. I'd like to see. They're going to play a lot of man. The teams are figuring out really quickly that all you have to do to beat the Giants on offense is play man coverage, because our receivers can't get separation, mostly because our routes are so bad. So what I really want to see is us push the ball in downfield against those man coverage, beat those man, because I know, Anthony, you love the man coverage deep ball for Daniel Jones. That's their bread and butter, absolutely. Right?
It is what he's the best at. I want you to pin Ryan Garcia's comment real quick, because I like what he says here. He's a Browns fan, and he watched them play the Giants, of course. And he mentions how those deep balls down the seam killed the Browns, and that was with Colt McCoy, a guy who isn't the deep ball thrower that Daniel Jones is. And that's exactly right. Those are efficient, especially when you do those deep throws, those vertical up the seam shots, especially when you have a guy like Daniel Jones who's accurate throwing the ball downfield. You can do a lot of damage, especially because those vertical route concepts will open things up underneath, and they'll even open things up in the running game. We just need to see more aggression and more vertical concepts out of Jason Garrett's offense today. I think that's really the main key to victory for the Giants offense. I think Daniel Jones needs to have a big game, and I think he has to hit a few deep shots. As Airborne Cheeseburger says, if they don't throw it 15 plus, if they don't bomb it 15 plus times today, he'll be pissed. Don't throw 5-yard ducks all day against a depleted Ravens secondary. I absolutely agree, my boy, Airborne Cheeseburger. They got to air the ball out.
Yep. No, that's 100% true. And Ryan, what's going on, my friend? He's an ESMer, so much love to you, Ryan. And, this is the major thing with the Giants. They go aggressive at very odd times. And this is a game where, they need to win this game. If they lose this game, they're screwed. So you got to win this game. If there's any time for Jason Garrett to take shots downfield against a really injured secondary, this is the time to do it. The Ravens can put up 40, 50 points on you. In the blink of an eye, they can score. You need to be aggressive, push the ball downfield, and run the ball effectively. That's the major thing. Now, the question is, can Daniel Jones hold up? We know he has an ankle injury. We know he has a hamstring issue. Can he hold up? And can he run? That's the big question. Can Daniel Jones even run at all? Is he going to be a pure pocket passer? What are they going to do there? We'll see how that goes. But again, push the ball downfield, take some shots down, take risks. This is an offense that has 17.8 points per game. If you're not taking risks, you're only doing yourself a disservice. And take the points when they're given to you. Like, I agree. Last week, they had to go aggressive because they knew that Cleveland could put points on the board. But here's the thing about the Giants. They need to get some momentum on offense, right? The second they turn that ball over on fourth down, and they've done it routinely, they can't convert fourth downs. Just take the points at this point, go ahead with the lead, and just, play it drive by drive. Take the points when you can get it, because our defense is good enough to limit and create turnovers, right? Our defense is good enough to do that.
Maybe, but dude. They didn't force any turnovers last week.
Yeah, but we also were down. We didn't have Darnay Holmes. We didn't have James Bradbury. We had nobody. Now we have those guys back.
Listen, if you think that we needed to be aggressive and get points on the board, and go for it on fourth down last week, the same principle applies this week, because the Ravens offense is the play even better than the Browns offense. Yeah, maybe the play calling can be better on fourth down, but we still need to be aggressive. And I
agree with that.
When we get in the red zone, if we don't come away with 7 points, it's an absolute failure. 3 points is not going to win us this game, in my opinion. Okay. This is the Ravens offense that's probably going to run for close to 200 yards today, like they do every single week. We absolutely have to get the ball in the end zone when we have the opportunity to.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I'll adjust it, and I'll say this. We need to, if we're going to be aggressive on fourth downs in the red zone, we have to call better plays than we did last week. That's all I really have to say. We have DJ. Use Sterling Shepard, man. These route concepts are garbage. We're throwing, like I said in the podcast, we're really asking our punter to throw to our center. We couldn't dial up anything better than that. That's my point. I hated that play call. I will stand by that. I despise that play call. I think Joe Judge's decision there was absolute garbage. Love the guy, love Joe Judge, but that was a terrible decision on my part. Use your guys. You have Sterling Shepard, one of the best short yardage receivers in the game, and they can't get the guy open. They're running him on whip routes over and over and over again. Just do something different. Use scissor routes. Get guys, confuse these defensive backs. They're backups, right? They're backup cornerbacks with Jimmy Smith and Marcus Peters out. They're backups. Take advantage of that, Do some interesting things, get creative. And like Juan just mentioned, we're too predictable. And that's a similar trend that we've seen the past couple of years. It's just predictable offense. We know what's coming. These slant routes, these hooks, they're running these stick routes. Just do it, And verified 3. I really want to see Dante Pettis. Enough of Dion Lewis returning kicks. Can we agree? Can we agree? What's up, Philip? How you doing? Can we agree that Dion Lewis returning kicks is a pastime?
He kind of fumbles a lot. It's weird. He's like not very secure with the football. Yeah.
Last 2 games he's lost fumbles.
They should probably put somebody else back there.
Dante Pettis. No more Dion Lewis.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll see him. He's active today, so I think that we'll see him. I hope so. Because as Sean just said, Dion Lewis got butterfingers, bro.
Yeah. He has gloves on, man.
Airborne Cheeseburger mentions he's wearing a new Eli jersey. So everybody in the chat, did you get any cool Giants related items for Christmas? Any Giants Christmas gifts? Any cool jerseys or anything? Let us know in the chat.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely want to hear what you guys got. Some people, I got
a Giants cooler backpack.
That's pretty cool. Some people actually took a risk. I saw some guys get a Logan Ryan jersey before they even re-signed him. That was ballsy, I gotta say.
Nice.
Ballsy to get a Logan Ryan jersey before they even extended him. That was super lucky. But kudos to those guys who had the faith that they were going to retain him. But some people got awesome jerseys. I saw some Mark Bavaro jerseys out there. LT 56 retro jersey. That's sick. Got a hoodie and a 47 hat. Nice. I got a paper bag. That was free, Paul. That was free. That was in the sandwich drawer. Don't lie to us. That was
That's funny. A Giant sweater. Nice. That's cool.
Nice.
I got that Joe Judge fan club sweater. That was pretty fire. Yeah, Nico Lalos. Christopher got a Nico Lalos jersey? Damn. That's cool.
No
Rice
way.
Report.
Chris, you didn't get a Nico Lalos jersey.
Yeah, that's crazy if you got a Lalos
jersey.
You're
a liar. That's awesome.
That'd be pretty cool, though. That's definitely unique.
That is pretty cool.
You see that at the stadium. He's probably the only one there with it. Just like my Joe Judge jersey. I don't think anybody else has one of those.
Yeah, I'm going to get a Dion Lewis jersey and just drop everything. Everything that people hand me, I'm just going to drop.
Saquon Barkley jersey. I haven't had a jersey since Jeremy Shockey. Wow. It's a long time. That's pretty cool.
I have the Saquon color rush jersey. It's gorgeous. Big fun. Yeah. Big fun. A Giants wooden beer mug. That's cool. Shaped like a football. That's actually super cool. That's really cool. The fighting Joe Judges. Fact. What's up, PJ? How you doing? Hope everyone's holidays were great again. Just wanted to express my thanks to all you guys. The holiday season. You guys make this possible. We love having you in the channel, and hopefully you guys are all subscribed to the YouTube because we work really hard, and we're going to be doing more and more and more. And obviously the off season is going to be awesome. We're going to be breaking down so much freaking film on these prospects. It's going to be so sick. I'm so excited. Xavier McKinney jersey, that's amazing. Isaac Yadam jersey. Yeah, cool. I hope you go to hell. Go to hell, Chris. Isaac Yadam jersey.
Isaac Yadam.
Where do they even make those? Do you have to custom make that?
You have to custom. You got to get them custom. But Xavier McKinney, that's a really cool one.
That's a cool one.
I might have to get that pretty soon. That would just be the reverse of the one I have on from 92 to 29. I got my boy Strahan on.
Well, let's get back to the game for a second. All
right, let's do it.
Paul just asked chances that Giants win today and what needs to happen. So, the chances of Giants winning, I'd probably put it about 15%. That's just the reality.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Yeah.
See, you didn't understand the reference.
Which one is it? What are you talking about?
Darth Vader said that, but it's Darth Vader. I find your lack of faith disturbing. Dude, come on, 15%? Yeah. That's low, man. Come on. The Giants beat the Seahawks. The Giants beat the Seahawks. We got James Bradbury back. We got Darnay Holmes back. I'm going to give it at least a 40%. At least 40%. A 30. At least a 30. 15 so low. At least a 30 to 40%. Come on. The Giants aren't that bad. We got a good defense. We got Daniel Jones coming back. I'm the optimist this week. That's crazy. You're always the optimist.
I guess, yeah, but I'm not feeling overly generous today. After the past 2 weeks, I'm not feeling so good about this team. Okay, I'm not feeling so good about this team right now. I don't think Daniel Jones is injured. They have a bunch of guys that are, I'm going 15 to 20%. And look, that's still not the worst percentage in the world. There could be worse. Could be worse. And look, the Giants have to do a lot of things right in this game, okay? A lot of things right. And the first thing is they have to complete downfield passes. I love the idea of going deep and taking shots. I love the idea of it, but the reality is you have to complete them first. You have to complete them for it to work. So they have to complete those deep passes. They need to run the ball well, and they need to create some turnovers. They need to get to Lamar Jackson. Force him to make mistakes. Disguise coverages. I want to see Patrick Graham doing some really interesting things. Those safeties, by the way, the one thing I love about the McKinney, Logan Ryan, and Jabril Peppers safety tandem is that it's so easy to disguise coverages with those guys because they can all play strong safety and they can all play free safety. We're going to see a lot of cover 3. I think we're going to see a lot of cover 3. We're going to see a lot of spying on the quarterback with different safeties. And it's going to be really fun to watch, what Patrick Graham dials up. Because Lamar Jackson is such a unique quarterback. He's different than anybody else. The way he moves, the speed and elusiveness he has, it's going to be really fun to watch, what Patrick Graham dials up and how they manage to contain him. So that's going to be fun. They're actually like the worst passing attack, the worst passing offense in the league. They have the least amount of yards per game, but they have the best rushing attack. So that's what they've prided themselves on. But how much do you think Julian Love will be used today? I expect to see Love play a lot more free safety than strong safety. I think they'll rotate McKinney, Love, and really just McKinney and Love. I think, Peppers and Logan Ryan will be constants, but Love and McKinney, I think they'll rotate based on what they're trying to do, what their strengths and weaknesses are.
I'll say we'll probably see them in big nickel and dime packages. Once we get those 6 defensive backs on the field, that's when you'll see McKinney and Love on the field together. Yeah, worst player on the Giants starting right now? Ooh, I like that question.
Starting right now.
Shane Lemieux. I think he's been bad. I don't think he's been playing that well. I think he's been terrible in pass protection. I think run blocking he's been okay, but pass protection he's been pretty bad. A lot of people are going to respond to that comment and they're going to say Evan Engram, but dude, that's not.
I'd say Cam Fleming maybe.
Cam Fleming's pretty bad. Yeah, that's probably it.
I think Cam Fleming maybe. Defensively, everyone's been playing pretty well, but if I had to pick one, I'd probably say Yadam because he's the only guy I can really think of.
Sanders, unlevable.
I mean, Yadam's not playing terrible. He's not playing terrible, but our defense is pretty good. Like, there's not that many guys that are playing so bad, Unless you want to throw
out like David Mayo. He's been starting at the second linebacker spot. He's not so good.
What happened to Tay Crowder? Why hasn't he been playing?
I don't know. I've seen a lot of David Mayo the past couple weeks.
Too much.
I'm not a big fan of the David Mayo defensive configuration.
I'm not even considering Devontae down. Jason Garrett's the worst starter.
Jason Garrett's the worst starter.
Good one.
Deion Lewis's kick returner. That's pretty good too.
Oh, he's terrible. They just can't. They can't go. You think Julian Love's the worst guy on our defense? I disagree.
I think he's solid depth.
He's a good. Yeah, he's depth though. I don't consider him a starter. Maybe he has been starting the last couple of weeks, but I think he starts in specific packages. I think he starts in very specific, sets. So I don't actually consider him a starter for the most part. But what do you think will benefit the 3 safeties? Now we have Logan Ryan. Like I said before, when you have Logan Ryan, Jabril Peppers, Xavier McKinney, Julian Love, you can disguise coverages really well. That's what Patrick Graham likes to do. He likes to use Logan Ryan in these safeties to move up into the box and then drop back a little bit to really disguise these coverages. If they're playing cover 3, if they're blitzing off the edge with a safety, if they're playing cover 1, if they're playing more against the run, these safeties and what they're doing with them, they're all capable of playing multiple positions. That's the thing, though. That's the thing about this defense, that they want players who can play multiple spots. So, that's kind of like what I'm looking for when it comes to these safeties is how they can actually confuse the Lamar Jackson and try to bait him into making bad throws in zone coverages.
Absolutely. And all right, let's see. There's another question. Who could we have return kicks instead of Deion Lewis? I think Jabril Peppers is a decent candidate, at least on the punts. I know he's already doing the punts, but I think the Dante Pettis is who we'll see as a kick returner today if they are taking some snaps away from Deion Lewis. Chris asked, with lack of edge rushers, do you think we stick Leonard Williams at edge and stick BJ Hill inside. Well, it's actually interesting because the Giants have moved Leonard Williams around the defensive line a lot. And I've seen him line up at the 5 tech, which would technically be the edge rusher position. I've seen them even stand him up as the outside linebacker edge rusher before. So he won't stick there full time, but I've seen him play that position, and I expect them to, continue to move him around and put him in that position in certain key situations.
Yep. That's exactly right. Pettis is a guy that I also want to see. Austin Mack, by the way. Austin Mack disappeared, right? That was a guy I actually really liked. He was looking good in run blocking. He was doing some really good things. The offense was moving and grooving with him involved, and then they just completely took him out. Whether it was an injury or whatnot, maybe they just didn't like something about his game. He wasn't doing enough in the passing game. But that was a problem for me. So they, Mandalorian season 2 finale was fired. That is a fact. Big fact. But
me to tears, my guy.
I know, Luke, I am your father. That's all I got. But Chris, I want to answer your question. With Fackrell out, Sheridan, Coughlin might not be able to get pressure at all. Why not put a player on the outside to get pressure? So here's what I see with those guys. I see Coughlin playing quarterback spy again. We did a whole film review of Carter Coughlin and what he did to Russell Wilson, and he played quarterback spy primarily. They tried to do it against Arizona. They just couldn't get it done because Arizona's actually just looked good. They looked terrible yesterday. But I think they just figured out the defense. They figured out, get these crossing routes, get DeAndre Hopkins open over the middle and let him run. But I think Coughlin, he's a guy I want to see pretty much, being that quarterback spy, coming off the edge, a lot of stunts and twists in the offensive line in the trenches, confuse these Baltimore Ravens offensive linemen. And they're very good. The Ravens have a very good offensive line, so it's going to be tough to beat those guys. So I don't think Coughlin has the strength to get it done, but I want to see him just spy and watch Lamar Jackson. The problem is Lamar Jackson's so freaking fast. Even when you're spying him,
that's what I wanted to ask you. I want to say, what's your over-under on Lamar Jackson rushing yards? The Giants, they did a pretty good job containing Russell Wilson, but Kyler Murray kind of ran for, nearly 60 yards on us, I think?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what's your over-under 80 rushing yards with Lamar Jackson? Let's put it at 80. You going over or under?
I'm going to go under 80 yards.
I'm going to go over.
I'm going to go under 80 yards, but only because I think that they're going to be forcing. They want to force. Okay, so this is how I see Patrick Graham looking at this. Keep Lamar Jackson behind the line of scrimmage and make him throw the ball. So they're going to have playing a lot of cover 3, in my opinion. A lot of cover 3. They're going to be trying to keep those guys in front of them, right? They're going to be trying to keep their wide receivers in front of them. Don't let them get behind the secondary. Because the second you have Lamar Jackson slinging 50-yard passes downfield, that's when you're going to get beat. That's what you don't want. You really, in my opinion, have to put a cap on the field. Don't let them get over top of you, and then contain Lamar Jackson in the pocket. Make him get those throws. Force him to make those throws in zone coverage. Force him to figure out how he's going to diagnose these coverages and then hit those seam routes, hit those spots. I don't think he's as good of a passer as Baker Mayfield. I think they can bait him into some throws in zone coverage. They just have to keep the top on the defense. They have to keep him in the pocket and force him to make throws in zone coverage. Force him to use his intelligence, his football IQ to figure this out as a quarterback. Not let him run all over you. That's how I feel about it. It's hard to describe. So sorry for my stuttering.
Contains, spies. Just stop the quarterback from running. That's about it, man. But the problem is that they don't use him in like the traditional drop back and pass, and if there's nothing open, scramble. They actually use him in the rushing game, like as a runner. They'll have like probably, 10 designed runs for him at least. And if he just rips one of those for 20 yards, he's pretty much there for that 80 rushing yard total. I mean, I don't know. Maybe 80 is a lot. It's kind of, maybe that's crazy. Ryan thinks so. But I don't know. I just think that's the key, though. You have to slow down Lamar Jackson's rushing ability, because once he gets going, that really opens up their entire offense. That's when the defense starts to press on that. And then all of those receivers and tight ends get open underneath, you just got to prevent him from running the football. That's the number one thing.
Yep. And like people keep mentioning, they have to start Mark Andrews as the major focal point right now, right? Stopping Mark Andrews should be the one thing that the Giants need to do. Expect to see a lot of Logan Ryan and Jabril Peppers looking at him he's going to be the guy they're looking at. So, stopping him, if they can take away Mark Andrews and keep Lamar Jackson in the pocket, he will make mistakes for you. He will throw interceptions. That's the thing. He's not going to fumble. You're not going to create fumbles on Lamar Jackson. You need to force him to throw interceptions. And what they have to do there is cover up Mark Andrews, maybe a sort of blend of zone and man coverage. But I expect to see, a lot of cover 3. I expect to see them, really trying to contain that soft zone in the middle of the field with Blake Martinez and Tay Crowder. I would love to see that. That's what I really want to see, that soft zone. And, everyone craps on the soft zone, but whenever they do that, they end up limiting opposing offenses to very minimal production. You're just giving up, completions underneath because you don't want them to beat you over top. Just give up the completions underneath, play the run, stop the run. That's the major thing with Baltimore. Stop the run, play underneath, and keep forcing them to make, 15, 20 play drives. If you can force them to make 15 to 20 play drives, you can increase your probability of creating turnovers in zone coverage, right? That's the entire thing. You don't want them. The second they have a 60-yard go route that Hollywood Brown draws in and gets a touchdown on, the Giants are not coming back from that. The Giants don't have an offense that they can score so fast. They have to keep the top on the defense solid. Don't let the wide receivers get behind them, and play to keep those receivers in front of them, within the stick margin is how I think they should play this game.
I think they have to win the turnover battle. I think that's the number one thing. Daniel Jones has to play clean football, and we got to try and get Lamar Jackson to make some mistakes.
Right. And it's hard to make Lamar Jackson, it's hard to make him make mistakes because he doesn't do it very often. But I think his biggest weakness is throwing the ball into zone coverage. And I think it is, his actual ability to throw as a pocket passer. I think that's his biggest problem. Force him to throw the ball like a pocket passer. Keep him contained. The problem is they're gonna have to play contain on both sides of the scrimmage, right? Of the line of scrimmage. How do you do that? How do you play contain against a guy who can roll out and beat?
I don't think you should do that. Actually, I don't think you should, just because the problem with that is then there's just no pass rush. Yeah, but I think that's what they tried to do last week with Baker Mayfield.
They don't have any pass rush anyway.
Well, the interior guys just didn't do anything. The interior guys got no push. They got no pressure. So
the Giants' defense lives and dies by the pass rush, which brings me back to
But we don't have a pass rush.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. Exactly. Well, what we saw against Seattle was like the interior pass rush actually did their job. They did a good job. Yeah. When they don't do a good job, we see what offenses can do because the quarterback has so much time in the pocket. But if those guys show up and play well, and that's the big thing, like, how do you let Leonard Williams go? Because if you let him go, we have literally zero pass rush from the interior. You know what I mean? Like, we have none, zero, zilch. So what do you do there? How do you compensate for that? You have to get a big time defensive end. And that's the thing. Like, Gregory Rousseau is the guy that everyone's talking about in the draft. Did the Giants go after a guy like that? They play primarily 3-4, but you could line up a defensive end, a bigger defensive end in a 3-4, right? They could do that, I guess, but I don't know. That's
I don't know. Rousseau's kind of interesting. I watched him like a while ago. Since he's not even playing this season. I watched his film like a while ago, months ago. Don't remember when I watched it, but I remember that he was playing a lot of down linemen, like 4 or 5 tech. So I don't know exactly how that would fit with the Giants scheme. Whether they want to move him on the interior and have him play the 3 tech. I don't know if he's
he's big enough.
I don't know if he's definitely big enough. The guy's like 6'9", 6'8".
To play 3 tech?
I think he's like oversized for 3 tech. I don't think he's fat enough, but I think he's tall enough. Like, I don't know. It's weird. He's like, sounds good to me, he's one of those players you got to build the defensive front around. And I think the Giants are already building their defensive front around another guy. Like, he's a guy that probably wants his hand in the ground is what I'm trying to say. And we need somebody who's standing up on the edge. Like, that's my issue with potentially getting Gregory Rousseau for the Giants. But the thing is that with the way that Patrick Graham runs this scheme, and he's so multiple and he's so creative and he moves people around all the time, that might be why Gregory Rousseau is the perfect fit, because he can do a little bit of the stand-up edge rusher and he can put his hand in the ground. So maybe he's the perfect fit. Maybe he's a terrible fit. I don't know. I guess I got to watch him more and really got to dive into it. But yeah, we absolutely will. So what channel is it on? What channel is this game on? It should be on CBS, Fox. It's on Fox.
Yeah.
All right. That's the answer to that question.
I feel like I missed a bunch up top.
What's up next? Yeah. Well, I think they were talking about Daniel Jones. I know somebody said he's an absolute turnover machine. I know somebody said he's got a bad ankle. Someone was wondering, I don't remember who. I can try and scroll back. Curtis was asking, would we use Daniel Jones in any trick plays as a receiver? Maybe next year, not today, just because he's injured. But I think that's a clever idea. I like the idea. Because I think he did that once or twice in college and it worked for them, and he's very athletic. So I don't hate it. He's injured right now, so probably not a good idea to give him the opportunity to get whacked by a safety.
Yeah, that's right. Well, at the same time, I want to talk about DJ for a second. What I want to see from him in this game, we need to see better, progression from DJ specifically. And what I've seen from him the past couple of weeks, before he got injured, he was making so much progress. He looked like the quarterback that we needed him to be. And then after the injury, it really hurt him because he half his game is running. That is my big concern with DJ, is that if he can't run, is he a good quarterback? You know what I mean? If you take away his running ability, is Daniel Jones a good quarterback? That's the question we need to be asking ourselves. Because if you look at guys like Patrick Mahomes, I'm going to use obviously the best in the league right now, like the young guys. If you look at Patty Mahomes, if you look at even Baker Mayfield, these guys are throw first quarterbacks. They're looking downfield. A lot of their wide receivers have second routes because of how, just flexible their offense is and how Pat Mahomes' ability to move out of the pocket. But I would like DJ to really be able to move through his progressions at an adequate level, because what we've seen is he goes 1, sometimes 2, and never 3. You know what I mean? He barely ever gets to his third progression. Maybe that's because the offensive line isn't doing his job well enough. But the reality is that we've seen on multiple occasions DJ miss Deion Lewis in the flat. We've seen him make, like against Arizona, he made an awful throw to Evan Ingram underneath in the flat. It was like, why would you do that? Why would you throw in the flat to your tight end when Deion Lewis is wide open on the left side? So what I really want to see from him is better progressions, more pocket awareness. Don't run at the side of anything. Don't have happy feet. I think he's a little scared back there. I think as a quarterback, you can't be scared. If one player offensive line gives up a bad sack, you need to get in there and go back into it, looking for your receivers. Don't get worried all the time. And verify 3, I actually really like Chris Olave. I think he would be a really great option if he was available in the third round. I think that would be if he was available in the third round, they should hands down take Chris Olave. He's a solid route runner.
Yeah, a lot of people want them to draft a receiver at some point. I absolutely do as well. I think the Giants really should have drafted a receiver at some point in this past year's draft. It was a loaded draft class. There's a lot of really good guys in the middle rounds. They elected not to, so I thought that was kind of, surprising, but whatever. It's a good draft class anyway. Speaking of the draft class, what do you think about seeing Matt Parrott on the field today? He was out last week with an ailment. They didn't even disclose what it was, but I'm hoping to see him get some reps today. Hoping to see him get on the field.
Yeah, I mean, look, any opportunity you have to get your rookies on the field, your youngsters on the field, is a positive, because when you're looking at this team, Fleming is not a part of the future. Like as Airborne Cheeseburger just said, I'm sick of Cam Fleming playing. And the reality is next year he's gone. And Matt Parrott is their starting right tackle for the future. And just as Andrew Thomas is the starting left tackle, and hopefully Shane Lemieux is starting guard. But, give your guys those reps. Those young guys are the ones you're playing for the future. The Giants are not winning the Super Bowl this year. You are playing for the future right now and trying to get these guys some momentum going forward.
Don't count us out just yet, my guy.
Okay, in Anthony land, we win the Super Bowl, but in my land, we're trying to build these young guys up and give them some positive growth and momentum and experience, so that next year they can come in and they're riding a high wave. They have a good experience. They finish the season strong. That's all you want. Finish the season strong and with some good momentum, and that's all you can ask for. And Matt Parrott showed us what he can do with the running game. I would love to see more of him this week.
Absolutely, I hope we see more Matt Parrott. And I don't live in Anthony land. I live in a galaxy far, far away. Okay, so get it straightened out.
Which galaxy? Anthony Galaxy? Ganthony?
There's a Star Wars reference again.
I know.
I don't know what the name of the galaxy is, my guy.
Well, you have to have your own galaxy.
No, I live on Naboo. That's my favorite planet.
Naboo? Oh, is that the one where
I like Naboo?
That's
where Anakin and Padme get married. Yeah.
Right. They're like running around.
Because it's based off of Italy. It's a pretty planet, and I like Italy. I want to go.
All right.
But anyway, let's do the score predictions. Score predictions.
Yes.
What's your score prediction? Score predictions. I'm going to go with 28-21 Ravens, unfortunately.
I really want to be positive, but I think I have to go negative this time. Maybe it actually will work. The reverse jinx will work. I think I'm going to go 32. God, Jason Garrett, I don't trust the guy to get over 20 points, so it's going to be a stretch. 32-17 Ravens. I don't see the Giants putting up more than
32-17. What a strange score. I like
32-17 because the
like
Giants,
the strangeness. Dante's picking the Giants.
They're so bad. The offense is so bad. And by the way, before we let you guys go and hop onto the game, if Jason Garrett puts up a dud of a performance this week, if he is uber conservative and doesn't take shots downfield and looks like the Jason Garrett we know and hate,
Alex is going to fire him.
Needs to be fired. I will fire him personally. I will go in and fire him personally because be aggressive. You have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose. Do not lose this game for your team, Jason. Don't lose it for your team. Give them a chance to win. Push Evan Ingram downfield in the seam. Get these guys open. Attack these backup cornerbacks. Get it done. Take shots. Don't be conservative. Don't be a jackass. Come on, man.
We have a lot of people picking the Giants in the chat, so that's pretty exciting. At least we got some positivity. We're some negative Nellies sitting here on this live stream.
Seriously, set him on fire. I mean, maybe not set him on fire, but maybe light his playbook on fire next to him.
Yeah, I think I've seen enough of Jason Garrett this full season has really told me I'm ready to move on. But, we'll see. I don't know what options they're going to take a look at in the offseason, if any. Maybe they love what Jason Garrett's done. If they love what Jason Garrett's done, then
I'm going to go watch the Canadian football
to the Joe Judge fan club.
I'm going to become a Canadian football fan if they like what Jason Garrett's done, because we're sitting here actually drawing up plays that are better than his concepts.
All right, I hope that my score prediction's wrong, but I think, yes, he was open on the slant. Thank you, Dante Jones. Thank you. Graham Gano was open on the slant. I went on this rant yesterday with Alex. Graham Gano, man, he should have had a touchdown.
Yeah,
he was wide open.
Because our punter throwing it to our kicker is a freaking genius idea.
That is kind of genius. No one would ever see that coming. It worked. He was wide open. He could just throw it there and then touchdown. All right,
I don't even know him to catch the ball.
I digress. This was last week. We're on to Baltimore. We're on to Baltimore in 3 minutes. So I'll say thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate it. Depending on how this game goes, maybe we'll see you in a few hours for a post-game live stream.
Absolutely.
Or maybe we'll just see you tomorrow for the post-game video when we have our therapy talk.
Yeah, we'll see you in therapy tomorrow. If not, hopefully it's a good therapy session right after the game, and I'm excited and pumped up. But that all depends on if DJ. That all depends on if DJ can get through his reads. So let's see how that works. Let's see if Jason Garrett can push the field and not be a conservative. You know what I mean? So, guys, as always, thank you so much for the support. Thank you for tuning in to the live stream. And we'll catch you guys after the game. Let's go Giants and have a nice afternoon. Also, all you guys in fantasy, good luck for your teams. If you're facing Alvin Kamara like I am, you already lost. So, blessings to you. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Let's go Giants. Let's go Panthers. Let's go Cowboys.
Yes. Don't forget that.